Hey, welcome to day 5, our last day of this Back to the Basics week. I want to encourage you, if you have not watched the other videos from the week, stop this, go catch up on them. You're going to have all weekend to catch up if you haven't watched them, but make sure you get each of them in because they are each super important. If you have any questions about anything we've covered this week, please reach out to me. And if you are struggling in any way, if you need any help, also please contact me. I don't know that you are struggling unless you reach out, unless you ask for what you need. So please, please, please help me help you. I want to review really quickly. We've talked so far about belonging. We've talked about getting up off the bleachers and down on the court and asking for the ball. We've talked about meal prepping. We've asked you what your 90-day goal is, what you want to feel in 90 days. And today I want to cover something that I, over the last 6 years, have learned is vital to your success. I've learned so much about fitness. I've learned so much about nutrition. I've learned so much about support. But the biggest thing I've learned about is your mindset and what's going on in your head. And I'm no expert. I am continually learning, but I've been through some amazing courses. I've read some fabulous personal development books, and I feel like I've really gained just a wealth of knowledge as to the fact that what goes on in our heads directly and monumentally affects how we interact, how we feel, the action we take. So I want to kind of talk about that a little bit today. Your mindset is the absolute key to success. I shared the 6, what I call keys to success yesterday, I believe, or maybe it was 2 days ago. Anyway, but all of those are not going to fall into place. They're not going to work if your mindset's not right. So we need to, as we've discussed already, we need to take messy action. And taking messy action requires the right mindset. So I want to talk about the voices in your head. We all have a ton of voices in your head. I'm a huge proponent of stories that run in our head. And a coach of mine actually tells this really great story, sets up this really great visual of 2 different voices in our heads. We all have these. She picked the names. I did not. But because she uses them so readily, they're in my head and I need to stick with them. She talks about Heidi and how we each have a Heidi. And Heidi is the voice in your head that is telling you things are hard, telling you that you don't have time. She's focusing on the fact that you're different. She's constantly comparing to other people. She is very focused on emphasizing, how you're falling behind, why what you're doing shouldn't work, all of those things. That's Heidi. We all know Heidi. Then we also all have a Hannah. And Hannah is in our head, and she is optimistic. She knows that you're not perfect. She knows that the process is uncomfortable. She knows that you're deserving and that you can do this. And Heidi can be really loud. And I know for me, for a long time, she was very frequent. But Hannah's always there. Hannah is always there. And so I want to represent them in a way where we talk about the think, feel, act cycle. And it is where we think something that affects how we feel, that affects the actions that we take. So for example, Heidi is going to think, oh my gosh, what have I done? Why did I join this group? Summer is so busy. I do not have time for this. I need to be focusing on other things. These other people in this group know exactly what's going on and they're way ahead of where I am, and I'm already behind in the Back to the Basics week. And she's all those things. All of those things that Heidi is saying are probably, if you're anything like me, making you feel frustrated and discouraged and stressful and disappointed, and it's heavy and it's exhausting. And all of those things that Heidi is thinking are making you feel those things, which then make you not act, really. They make you sit on the couch and scroll social media. They make you feel so overwhelmed that taking any action seems daunting. You just get paralyzed. Whereas Hannah is over here saying, I am so glad that I joined this group because I need this. And I know that summer is incredibly busy, but I have time and I am worthy of the time. And a lot of these other people in the group kind of seem to know what's going on. And if they can do it, I can do it. And I can figure this out because I have the right tools and the right resources and all of this support at my fingertips. And hearing those thoughts from Hannah make me feel uplifted and empowered and energized and excited. And those feelings make me want to take messy action. Hannah just told me that I'm not perfect, but I can do it. And so I'm going to show up and I'm going to do something, even though it's messy and even though it may not be perfect up front. She's going to make me take positive action. So we all have a Heidi and we all have a Hannah. And even though Heidi is often very loud and very frequent, we also have a Hannah, and we get to make a choice every single day as to which voice and which person we listen to, which makes us feel a certain way, which makes us act like the person we listen to. So my final thought as we wrap up this Back to the Basics week is, are you going to listen to Heidi or Hannah? And I want you to be very conscious of when Heidi pops up and when Hannah pops up. And I want you to just pay attention to the different voices, the different stories. If you want a book that is amazing and will help you tap into your own stories, check out the book, Choose Your Story, Change Your Life by Kendra Hall. Highly recommend. It will help you be more conscious of your Heidis and your Hannahs. And I would love to hear in the comments below just your thoughts on this whole concept, when you feel like you hear Heidi the most, and how your Hannah can conquer her. Because if you can learn to make Hannah louder and to more frequently choose to listen to Hannah, you will become Hannah. And that's who I think we all ultimately want to be. So I'm super excited to continue on this journey with you. And I thank you for being here. And let's go get it.